ミヤ。っていうかミヤ、なんで僕のベッドに
Being aware enough to turn off your alarm clock, but not knowing at the same time that a massive sexy girl snake is laid on and around you.
だって寒くて体温上がらないからダーリンに温めてもらおうと思って。
Also though, he never felt in his sleep that she managed to get her thickness under him like half a dozen times either. Like, you'd feel that. I feel my dog jumping up on my bed and she's like 1.5 feet wide in places.
やだ、これじゃうちキムキム。
ダーリン乱暴にしちゃやだよ。
二度で。
She 100% didn't know. She just spoke to you and it was because you smacked... I don't even know what part of her that'd be on a woman's body. Lower thigh?
世界初のアジン種のみで結成されたアイドルグループとしてインパクトは絶大ですからね。
インパクトだけじゃなくてとても可愛いというのもありますね。
I'm not really sure that needed to be said. Didn't gel in with what he said at all.
私を忘れ？多種族間交流コーディネーターと。
No, I think it's because you suddenly materialized inside his house exposition, Chan.
彼女たちを傷つけることは多種族間交流法に基づいて厳罰に処されるわ。ホストファミリーとしてあなたは法案に無知だからこうやって確認に。
禁足事項ってそんなに大事？
She lives there representing her entire race and yet doesn't know the answer to that question herself.
私たちラミアは半身が蛇だから初対面の人には必ず嫌がられるの。
That's some BS. There are people out there who friggin' love snakes, especially the ones with tickle bitties that are way more visible. She's spouting some nonsense there.
でもどこも人間用で狭かったのがちょっと残念だったかも。
She says, having just done a wide array of different activities with him. I tell you, this girl just talks in absolutes that make no sense. She throws out too many everyone's and everythings.
いや、僕もプラとかよくわからないし、試着してみたら。
試着。
やべえ、ダーリンだってよ。
超キモいんですけど。
Suddenly now he can break the speed of sound when he needs to.
人間を傷つけてしまったら本国総監になるぞ。
Meanwhile, she knocked him flying in public in front of people, but that's okay.
種族ってああいうのいるんだ。
私生で見たの初めて。
発見なう。なんだあいつ。
They've been out and about this entire time and barely anyone cared to notice, but now they're drawn to her like a freak show. Must be the specific road?
やっぱり人間にはまだ抵抗があるんだよね。
Absolutely, Absolute Chan.
優しくしてくれる人たちも法律があるからそうしてるだけ。
Assumptions.
ダーリンが私に優しくしてくれるのも逮捕されるのが怖いから。
There's not a law against being mean to someone. What you want, girl?
どうしてあんなことを。
いや、あの尻尾ビンタは僕から当たりに行ったんだし、問題にするほどじゃ。
Yeah, clearly not what she's referring to. You go by chronological order. What happened most recently, you dingbat?
ミア、これ忘れてたわよ。
Girl screams while the camera pans up to the sky cliche.
ここ？
Being able to stay asleep in a tree and not fall down in this position, even though 85% of your weight is dragging you down. Science much, anime?
ここ？
Also though, asking someone if they're awake when they're awake.
君は？
パピはハッピーのパピだよ。
She's the obligatory lolly character.
というか、僕は運命の相手じゃないよ。第一それ、まじないじゃなくて漫画だし。
トーストを加えるべきだったか。
その知識どこで仕入れたの？
From a manga, dude, you just said it yourself.
そもそもなんでこんな朝から運命の相手探してるの？
Yes, because early afternoons are typically best for that.
奴が最近ここ一帯を荒らしているひったくりだ。
How do you actually know that though? Riding essentially full pelt into a wall of water doesn't cause him to fall off. Not allowed to injure a human and yet basically blew up a dude in a truck and everything is fine.
模造刀だったんですね。
真剣なんて持ち歩けるわけないでしょ。
Why is she not physically strong enough? Weak upper body? Morally opposed to swords? I don't get it.
まあ彼女らにしてみれば結婚みたいなものかしら。もし無理に乗りでもしたらそれは。
First of all, he never confirmed he rode her, and second of all, who the hell said anything about forcing it? It's like Smith literally doesn't even know the lad with the BS she comes out with about him. Smith says to him on the phone, "How reckless of you to try and catch the thief." I'm doing it this way since she was in the nip at the time, and yet here it shows he did catch him, so no trying involved.
自分を棚に上げてよく言う。スミス殿から聞いたぞ。主殿の肩を外したそうじゃないか。
As a character, Smith is like wildly inconsistent. She goes on and on about the rules, and yet spouts off what must be considered quite the secrets about her harming him, unintentionally mind you, to a new resident. Like it's a friggin' miracle no one has been deported yet.
ご主人。うえ。
まったく子供だと思って多めに見てきたが。
Being able to fire 10 arrows in a second.
なら好き勝手な真似はさせん。
動けないよ。
Why not? They're not in you, they're around you, and the sharp parts are in the wall. What's the matter with you?
あの子たち。
こうなったら力結局つけろだ。
Multiple people say the exact same thing at the exact same time and in the exact same way, cliche. So, she wanted to shoot all three of them with one dart each? And yet managed to put all three of them into his back within such a tiny space, and only fired the gun once?
その中に人間多種族間の結婚を許可するっていう項目があるの。でもそれが本当に可能かどうかを試すテストケースを探してたとこなのよ。
I'm sorry, you were looking for a test case? To see if it's actually possible for a human to marry a demi-human? Like physically possible to stand at the altar and say the vows and stuff? What happened to you? Who hurt you to make you ponder such dumbass questions?
こんな濡れ濡れで。
Slightly tilting a sword-related sound effects. That was oddly delayed.
あが立たないだと。スライムなど RPG では雑魚中の雑魚ではないか。
She comes from a world with slimes and said she knew about them and even gave an example as such, and yet still randomly got her information about their strength from video games in spite of not being on Earth all that long.
セレアの知識って偏ってるよね。
She knows one thing about games, dude. By all means, give me a second prior example and I'll let you have the comment without a sim, but not just one, come off it. CGI!
そっか。ごめんね、
その子に謝る前に。
She's already done it, dude. Took 1.5 seconds. No need to revisit it later.
水鉄砲で遊んでたんだ。鳥の姉ちゃんも一緒に遊ぼうぜ。
パピー、知り合い？
鳥のお姉ちゃんはよく一緒に遊んでくれるんだよ。
I wasn't fucking talking to you.
パピの真似してんのか。
バルシ様、やはり一刻も早くスミス殿に引き渡すべきだと思います。
でも、あの子はただ楽しんでいるだけじゃないのかな。
Which is what all laws and their enforcement should be based on. Your Honor, my client was merely taking drugs to have fun. Fair enough, case dismissed.
大勢の留学生を受け入れて素晴らしいホストですよね。
ズーの部屋？なんだ、スミスさん意外と優しいとこあるんだな。
Dude's acting like she's out there changing the laws to suit her friends.
改めて紹介するわ。この子は。
The idea that that went by unnoticed by him when she was on top of him after he saved her from the crash.
あいつ本性を表したな。誰に手を出すな。冷た。
The builders managed to make the pole that deep.
ミヤ！
He said, under the water.
へえ、やっぱりラミアも脱皮ってするんだね。でも、そのままじゃ皮膚病になっちゃうかもよ。
ダーリン、なんで でそんなに詳しいの？
ちょっと勉強してるんだ。スミさんにもアドバイスもらったりして。
And yet you started off the conversation shocked that she could molt. You know what's funny? Years ago it never bothered me, but making this video now, it's driving me nuts how often she says darling! Ah!
帰り、バイトお疲れ様。ご主人、お買い物して来られたのですか？
Shopping bags wasn't a giveaway?
パピ、卵生まれそう。パピって鶏みたいに毎日卵産んでたの？
If that was the case, surely she'd have mentioned it before now?
一番の浴場ポイントだぜ。もう辛抱たまんねえぜ。へえ、そういうことだったんだ。
This entire part is one fat sin in all honesty. They thought, up until that point, that it was normal for him to be noncing on her downstairs whilst popping out an egg, constantly asking to see their underwear, and literally assaulting the horsewoman. But now it's gone too far. Jesus.
ちょっと興味あるかも。
Finger-licking sound effects.
店内はブラインドで遮られ、直接確認することはできませんが、逃げ出した客の証言によりますと、犯行グループはオーク族の6名。
How'd you manage to get pictures of them now?
犯罪者を逮捕することもできんとは。まだ制定されて間もない抜け穴だらけの方ですからね。
Gapingly wild loophole if it involves being literally unable to protect your own people from harm. Also though, I don't understand the whole thing of not harming humans. If you do that, you're in big trouble, and yet they're doing it and the police are standing by because they can't do anything. Who the hell is deporting them if they hurt anyone? Or if they refuse to go? Too many plot holes.
スミス君、君たち多種族間交流法保安局ならこの問題を解決できるのだね。こいつらに任せる気か？
Well, it can't be left down to you, can it? It was just stated that the police can't do anything. So why not hand it off to someone else? Should it be kept under your authority so you can continue looking at them?
隅っこにまだ隠れてやがったブー。
魔女子まこちゃんクリソツブー。
Did those two already have that stuff in their hands just in case? She has to reload between every shot and yet can fire all subsequent shots this quickly.
ビル風ひどいからドライアイになっちゃう。でも2キロも離れる必要あったのかな？もしかして嫌がらせなのかな？
Surely it's not the distance away from the target that has caused wind to dry your eye out, but the fact that you're high up in between buildings. Distance doesn't factor into that.
今のうちに退避しましょう。T は女の子です。
What?
さあ、おとなしく投降しなさい。それともポークソテーになりたい？こっちもまだ状況がつかめてないのよ。あの男はホストファミリーとして登録されてなかった。
Is there a reason why she's breathing so heavily into the mic?
あれ、スーパーから帰ってどこだここ？
ようやくお目覚め？
Still asking someone if they're awake when they're awake.
本当に申し訳ありませんでした。ステイ先の選択を誤り、その後のケアも怠り。
原因はそっちの不手際なわけじゃん。
I mean, yeah, but she did basically say exactly just that. Who turned the alarm off? The idea that you wouldn't be able to see the giant spider woman in the bathroom. Girl is huge, sexy, but huge.
疲れた。セレアもラク姉さんもなんだ？なんだこれ？
So if he went into his room and laid down on it like a normal person, he'd have just kind of bumped into the side of the webbing, maybe? Was your plan based purely upon the hope that he enter and playfully hop onto it?
下半身馬だぜ。マジ引くぜ。
How is this guy everywhere in this huge city?
下半身は目をつぶるとして。
So there's not even a self-defense clause or anything?
こんな草むしに好きにさせるなんて何やってるの？
いや、多種族間交流法が。
バレなきゃ平気よ。
Alright, take a sin off there. At least someone addressed this, and in a reasonable way too.
早く帰ろう。風邪ひいちゃうよ。
Catching a cold after being in the rain for less than 20 seconds.
困りました。
おい、何す。
ちょっとメロ、メイドごっこはもういいから。
It's literally what you sent her in there to do. Also though, poor timing to complain about acting like a maid right after she fell over and spilt the guy's drink all over him and herself. That's hardly acting like a maid. They tend to avoid spilling drinks.
行きましょう、ダーリン君。
はい。
いってらっしゃいませ、ご主人様。
Just ignoring the very clearly passed out maid?
写真も隠せるし。
しかしちょっと胸がきついな。
仕方ないでしょ。スーに2人分の変装させてるんだから。
Yeah, I'm sure she's aware given that that's what's just happened. Man, I hate exposition like this. Merely pointing a gun related sound effects.
ミーヤ、ラク姉さん。
Shouldn't you know that?
犯人が捕まるまでみんなダーリン君とデートしてくれない？
That's a reach though, isn't it? It says marry any of them and I'll kill you, not date them.
当然でいいですかね。イルカ可愛いし。
Being mean to animals is always a sin.
もう男の話はするな。優柔不断でチャランポランなラノベ主人公みたいな男がその障害になるって言うなら、あんな男僕が始末してあげるよ。
ドラゴニュート T、 まさかこいつが脅迫状の。
She is painfully slow on the uptake, huh?
だからってなんで脅迫状なんて。
脅迫状？そんなの知らないぞ。
Oh, fair play then.
ダーリン、これ。
渡すタイミングが。ミヤ。
I hate stuff like this in anime. He gives her a nice gift, she hugs him and he's like, eh? Mia? What the fuck? I'm like, imagine buying your wife a gift and she says thanks you and hugs you and you're like, what's going on?
キー？お知り合いですか？
Nope, just knows her name because things.
我を勝手に連れてきた人間。パピは友達。でも人間は嫌い。
So she hasn't been going around and messing up any other humans, she just picked him, the one guy her savior says is a good guy. Makes sense.
それでこの子が例の？
ちょっと待ってください。
Smith asks who she is and he goes off on a long rant about how it's not her fault.
これからキーちゃんにはこの森で暮らしてもらうことになるわ。もちろん故郷に戻りたいならちゃんと送ってあげるけど、どうする？
Bruh, they keep on bending the rules non-stop. Now she's okay to hang around out and about without anyone because she's a bloody tree or something. No consistency at all.
確かに我のおっぱいの吸い方は優しかった。
もしかしたらこんなデビルのようなものかもしれないではないか。
そんなの日本に来れないと思うんですけど。
She knew what image she had in her head.
人間も多種族もこの私デビルのリリスちゃんの前ではおもちゃに過ぎないのさ。
Who are you talking to?
いいよいいよ。それよりお昼にしようよ。お弁当を作ってきたんでしょ？
What else does he think would be in that lunchbox? Does he think she brought along a blanket and stuff and a box that you'd typically keep food in for shits and giggles? Did he not see her make lunch? Did she mention making it but sometimes she forgets? I'm confused!
素材の味しかしないだけでしょ。私は野菜以外食べられないので、そのツナや卵の味見ができなく。
What a dumb thing to say! I'm a vegetarian, I can't eat meat, but I don't inflict that on my missus. I don't get why she's making him sandwiches that only she'd be able to eat. How does that make any sense?
少し頭を冷やしてきます。
They're not allowed to be off on their own out and about, but they sure as hell do it when it suits them. Also though, she spent the start of the episode saying how she couldn't leave his side lest he be attacked by D, and yet because the spider, not even him, said the sandwiches had no taste, she's left his side.
何もそんな謙遜しなくても。
私はこういうことでしか役に立てません。もっと主殿の役に立ちたいのです。
You made a sandwich he didn't even say he didn't like, my god! Exhausting!
本気のお仕置きでいいわね。
Lip licking sound effects. Oh, they did it again. It's always to the sky. Every time. It's weird.
おっと、男の子って特に血とかダメだし、苦手なやつは即嫌な顔するんだけどな。
There wasn't any blood.
っていうか、そんな帽子で顔隠してちゃ前が見えないんじゃ。
Should definitely be able to see a bench at her feet though. The hat isn't that low down. Ah, nuts, she completely blocked the entire path. There's no escape there.
ただいま
帰りだり。どう？脅迫状の犯人は見つかった？
この子かな。
Ooh, extremely delayed reaction to something that was clearly visible right in front of you.
死神なわけないじゃないの。ホラー映画じゃあるまいし。
So what the hell was the point of the first 8 minutes of this episode?
我が家のエンゲル係数は異常だ。今まではギリギリ赤を出さないでこれたが、ララが来たことがとどめになった。
I think the most ridiculous notion about this entire anime and the biggest storyline sent to date is that we're expected to believe that the government are asking people to take these beings in and then not providing literally any financial support, and in his case giving him more and more to look after with no income.
食費も経費で落ちるわよ。言ってなかったっけ？
Ah, fair enough again! Chris Harris, Lifty, Corey Bosch, Hinakami and Water, Manuel Morales, Marquez, Nick Wyndham, Orkkeeper, Steelers, The Epic Commander, Adelisk, Bird Without a Word, Blitzcloud, Brandon Krier, Deliverance, Emmanuel Gonzalez, Gaten 2000, Jessica Start, Kepan, Cumfreig, Magnus, Nathan Burr, Red Moon, Sean, Sebastian Ramirez, Wesley Tabak, Wiccan Faye, Ali 50, Clear Lonely Jellyfish, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Guru, Israel Caldera, Joa Edvinson, Jonas Stahl, Jordan Samuels, Jaffa 6263, Kieran Robinson, Keldnock, Kevin Nelter, Conito, Laxus, Luis Cruz, Matthew Blanchett, 1928, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Saint Flo 25, Sentimento, Storm 970, The Elementator Wars.